Okay, got my rear end all cleaned up here and ready for the new third member to go in there. And it's all wiped out and set to go. What do I got here? A little bit of, is that just discoloration? Yeah, there's some little bit of gasket right there still. I need to take off, but after that I'll goop it up and stick her together. And I got it in there, and it's all bolted down and ready to go. I used the floor jack here, set it on that, and just put it up there so that it was at the altitude that I needed, and then just kind of slid it up in there and persuaded it that it needed to go in. It was a little stubborn, but not bad, and so we're all set to make my measurement. I need to measure from this U-joint right here back to that U-joint right there at normal operating range, and get a drive shaft made, because that's next on the list. We'll see what happens here. Actually, see, I got a normal wear mark there, so I'll be able to position that right here. Get that in normal operating range and decide what we're going to do there. But it's ready to bolt up. Hey folks, how's it going? Well, I'm getting my load center in. Got my ground lug, and I got all my relays lined up there. The headlight and fog light relays, and I'm probably one of those is going to end up being a horn relay. And got my relay put in for the electric fan here on the radiator, and I just have to finish wiring them up. I had these just plugged into the relays originally, and I'm just going to tap these into the harness, put it all together, and make it all neat and tidy, and we'll be good to go. Well, it took a little doing, but got my new rear axle seals in. The old ones kind of, shall we say, put up a fight getting them out of there, but got them out, so we can, I think we can fill up the rear end, because the drain fill is below the height of the axle here. So we will go ahead and go with that. Well, I got the recommended amount of gear oil, the recommended kind and the recommended quantity, and the put in the rear end. So we're all set to go, and that day comes, but one thing at a time and one step at a time, and everything we do gets us a little closer. I did have to I got the specs now for my getting my drive shaft built, and so basically I'm going to check around, see if somebody can make my drive shaft for me, and we'll go from there. Want to say hi, Pebbles? Pebbly Poo. Hey. Yeah? Yeah? Well, how you doing? Hi, the kitty. Okay. Well, folks, after several cut fit sessions here, I think I finally have a good working bottom radiator hose. Basically just had to put a extension on a hole, the third hose that I picked up from the shop, or from O'Reilly, and actually got it from a different place. But yeah, it's goes up there and it's clamped down on the motor way up there someplace. It's under there. Comes down and it hangs down a little here, but that's exactly in line with the tire, so I don't think that'll be a problem. If I wanted to, I could probably shorten it just a shade at the top, but it's on, it's clamped, it's good to go. And we are ready now to put our antifreeze in, I do believe, and see how that works. See if we get any leaks. Well, folks, check this beauty out. It's my new custom-built drive shaft. Built by Proven Force. Let's see if we can get that in there. Maybe not. Oh, that's too much glare. So, yeah. Was a little over $300. All new U-joints. I provided the front transmission yoke, and they turned it around in one day. So took it in there in the afternoon of Thursday, and they gave me a call at 10 o'clock this morning and said it's done. So let's see how it fits. Well, folks, I think that's going to work just fine. I have to get my U-bolts to bolt the rear U-joint in. But, yeah, it's got a little bit of a downward tip there, and that hole goes all the way back to when I originally positioned the motor. It should have probably gone about another inch forward and about another inch up. But we'll see how this works. I think it's going to be just dandy. The transmission's level, the rear end's level. It's got plenty of travel up and down, and it's going to be just hunky-dory, I think. We'll have to see how that works out. And the new U-joint straps are in and bolted in, and the drive shaft installation is complete. And we are good to go. Now it's just a matter of getting the side pipes mounted up. So I'm working on the side pipe mounting brackets. I think what I'm going to do here, let me show you. I've got the hole drilled through the rocker that's bigger than the nuts. There we go. Bigger than the nuts. And so that'll bolt up solid to this rubber mounted bracket right here. And off of that bracket I go up to a piece of angle iron. And I'm just going to weld that piece of angle iron right there, right to the, just tack it right to the inner of the frame rail there, front and back, and we should be good to go. I got the same setup over there on that side. I just have to cut off the bottom of the straps. I'm actually hanging them higher. And the nice thing about this is that frame rail is inside of the rocker, so I won't be burning anything. When it comes up in there, that frame rail actually comes in inside of here, so I'll be up inside of this area right here, and it shouldn't affect anything. So I think we'll be just fine. Well, that's the permanent position for the pipe. It's actually looking pretty good. I decided to turn the tips down rather than out, just because, well, both for sound and I just like the looks of that better. I think that's just fine. I'm working on my pipe for the connecting up the side pipe to the header, and got that coming along. What else? Oh, I got the grommet for the breather hose, and I got my catch can in. Nice stainless can there. It's all bolted in, and it's fastened up to the overflow tube, and that'll take any overflow from the. It's vented through the bottom to the outside. It's got a tube inside of it. You can't really see anything in there. No. But there's a tube that comes up on the side, and it goes out. This connects up to the bottom of the tank, and it pushes it in and out, and if it gets too high, it'll just flow out the overflow. But, yeah, that's going to work just fine right there. And there is the first header to side pipe connector. I put it together and got it in there, tacked it, brought it out, welded it up, and smoothed it off. I do think I am going to wrap it with header tape, insulating tape, because it runs really close to the starter, and I want to avoid any issues there with heat soaking the starter so it's not going to start and things like that. So that's one thing about this motor. It's got this big honking starter, and I think they have smaller starters for GM small block Chevys now than aren't quite so dimensionally big. And in and done. I do have to get a clamp for this spot right here, but boy, that's pretty tight. It ain't going anywhere. And comes around, and this is the spot I'm talking about, where it's so close to the starter. You know, I just think that I think they have smaller starters that I might be able to pick up for this. Give it a little more clearance. I am going to wrap that, though, I think, with header tape and keep heat from coming off the pipe there. But yeah, it's solid. It's, I mean, this part's rubber mounted. I can show you the bracket up there. You can see that. Well, that hangs down, and where it passes through the frame, it actually is a larger hole than the studs. So yeah, it's looking good. Getting it. Just ain't got it yet, as Rat Rod Bob would say. And I think this is going to be enough for a video. So head on up and start doing some editing, and later this week I'm going to tackle that other side, get that mounted and get that pipe ran, but we'll see what happens here. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to comment. You know, it's part of the fun of doing this is hearing what people have to say. Take care, thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.